Welcome to a very special WrestleMania edition of Raw Reactions. I'm Brother Asshole.
I'm Brother Balls.
And I'm Brother Dick.
Brother Dick's still back there shoving pizza into his face. But we're going to give you our live reactions to WrestleMania as it happens. Now, we predicted that this would be a shitty WrestleMania last week. Do you still think that's going to happen?
Yes, I don't see anything that will change this WrestleMania being any better. Still excited, I just want to see what happens. But like I said before, shit fest ultimately.
Okay, so we're going to watch the matches and then we're going to pause them and give you our first take as to the quality of the match, how the storyline is going to play out, and just in general what we think of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Seth Rollins is going to make an appearance tonight. I'm going to call that right now. I think he will interfere somehow, and I'm thinking it's maybe going to be in the Shane and Undertaker match, and possibly could determine if Shane's going to get Monday Night Raw or if the Undertaker gets another win at WrestleMania.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you to that prediction. I'm not going to edit this out. So no matter what happens, I hope you're wrong. As we've seen in the past, they have kicked off WrestleMania with what is probably going to end up being the best match of the night. And we thought it was going to be the best match of the night, as we talked about on Raw Reactions last week. What do you think?
Holy shit. Zack Ryder is now the Intercontinental Champion. Very happy for him. I thought he got done pretty shitty last week, but redeems himself this week.
Yeah, I think maybe your comments about Zack Ryder had an influence on the writing staff. What do you think?
Perhaps someone on the creative team heard me. What do you think, Brother Dick?
It was a really good match, the whole thing all the way through. The crazy part, though, was Stardust breaking through a ladder. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, it looked like Sin Cara may have actually took a pretty good bump on that as well. Both of them didn't look very happy after that.
I think the big crowd reactions, other than for Zack Ryder, were obviously for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which is what we thought to begin with. Those guys are in line for a big push, I think.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, though, Zack Ryder's reign it was probably just more for shock value for WrestleMania. I would say Kevin Owens will probably get the title back pretty soon. Jericho, AJ Styles, pretty decent match for the most part. What do you think?
I think it was pretty much what we expected, just an average match. Wasn't really anything new that we haven't seen between these two. This is their third or fourth meeting. Mm-hmm. And the way it ended, I think pretty much sucked. I mean, what was the point of having Jericho win there?
I don't understand that. From everything I've read, Jericho's supposed to be gone after tonight. But having AJ lose, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Brother Dick?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think the match was a little winded by the time it was done. And also, Chris Jericho looks like he might have possibly been injured near the end of the fight.
It did look like he had some sort of concussion or maybe bit his tongue. He had to be helped out of the ring.
Yeah, he kept holding his jaw. The ref looked like he had to help him out. Don't know if it was just part of the show or what, but something to keep an eye on. Now it's time for the WWE World Tag Team Champions.
So we got the New Day here, sporting some Dragon Ball Z gear. As you can see from their entrance, this is the second year that WrestleMania has promoted Dragon Ball Z. If you can remember last year when Ronda Rousey had the "It's Over 9,000" power level shirt on, but I think that was a cool way for them to come out, and also they had the Bootios.
Yes, that's probably the most memorable thing about this, about their entrance, is going to be the 20-foot tall box of Bootios.
They make sure
you ain't booty.
So this match was pretty much pointless. I didn't realize until the end that the tag team titles weren't even on the line.
Yes, and they advertised 4-on-3. Wade Barrett, as usual, was just fucking useless. Just sat out there with his finger up his fucking ass, and he didn't do shit.
Well, the whole League of Nations is useless. I say fuck the League of Nations.
Yes, the League of Nations is a giant finger up a fucking symbolic asshole.
But a good thing we did have at the end of the match was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, clearly the highlight of the entire match was the ending. And I'm not talking about the whatever kind of finish. It was boring. I hated it. It seemed kind of botched at the end. But I'm talking about Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. To me, that was the best part.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think what the WWE needs to do is before they upload this on the network, just cut the whole match out and show the Budios entrance and then show the Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels stuff and then just skip the rest of it.
So we're going to go straight from walking out of a box of cereal to getting several beers thrown at Stone Cold.
Yes, that's it.
That's all I need.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, so Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, was it everything we thought it was going to be?
Not everything. It was a good match. I was pleased with it. I didn't have high expectations. I thought it ran a little short.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose was F5'd into some chairs, and the fight ended that way, and I think at least he should have been able to kick out at least one time.
I was a little surprised that they started the match using the kendo stick after we said, fuck the kendo stick.
Fuck the kendo stick. And what do? They bring one kendo stick out, and then guess what? You get 2 fucking more kendo sticks.
Yeah, other than that, what were the weapons they used? They used a chair and a ring bell, and he started to use the chainsaw, but of course we knew nothing was going to happen there.
Of course, we get a tease with that. We get a tease with Barbie, the bat with barbed wire wrapped around it. He takes one half-ass swing for nothing. They could have used that into the ending of the match, I think, but, it was okay.
So what about the fact that Brock Lesnar only has a repertoire of, 2 or 3 moves, and all of them are suplexes, and the crowd loves it?
That's true. Anyone else that just did the same move, I'm going to tell you who comes to mind is Big Papa Pump. And when he wrestled Triple H, that son of a bitch did like nothing but belly-to-belly suplexes the entire match, which should have been a version of Suplex City in quotations, I'm saying. Why do we boo that, but we cheer a half-ass German suplex?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me. All right, so the Divas Revolution, it looks like, is a real thing. That was one of the best Divas matches ever, if not the greatest of all time. What do y'all think?
Definitely. That was, in my opinion, the greatest Divas match I've ever seen. That was better than a lot of the men's matches tonight.
Yeah, I think the men, some of them should be embarrassed. And I think we're going to see an embarrassing match between Triple H and Roman Reigns coming up. But what about the entrances, too? I know Becky Lynch screwed hers up.
Dropping her hat, and everyone's too fucking lazy to go pick it up off the stage.
Yeah, walk around the hat. We can't send out a little fucking stagehand piece of shit to just run out there and grab a hat. I don't get it. Why do we just walk around it?
Yeah, but Charlotte and Sasha Banks' entrances were awesome, and if you notice, the crowd reaction when Sasha came out, especially, was probably one of the biggest pops of the night.
Oh, definitely. She had Snoop Dogg coming out. I really thought she was going to win, but I really picked Charlotte to retain. I just think she's more prepped for it. I don't think Sasha's ready yet. But we'll see. I would say they're going to set up for a good rivalry, and I'm going to say Charlotte holds on to it till SummerSlam.
You may be right about that. I think the crowd really wanted Sasha to win, and I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. I was kind of disappointed with the ending of it, but it was funny seeing Ric Flair get involved in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, I really like seeing Flair getting taken out by Becky Lynch when she jumped over on the ropes, off of the ropes, and hit him. That was pretty funny, and it was funny that he held Sasha Banks' foot and wouldn't let her back in the ring, which was in the rules. She was in the rules.
Yeah.
No DQ.
And I think it's like you said, this match was better than probably any match Flair was ever in. Well, we thought that this would have to be on Shane McMahon to carry the match between him and The Undertaker, and he didn't disappoint. I have to say, he has balls of steel, and I can't believe he jumped off the top of the Hell in the Cell for one match just to help out his dad.
Yep, coming from Brother Balls, he definitely does have balls of steel. That was the highlight of the match, obviously, and maybe the night. I don't see how Triple H, I'm sorry, could do any better. This is putting that to shame, I guarantee it.
Good to see the coast to coast. I think everybody wanted to see that, and we expected the Undertaker's entrance to be long and boring, and it was pretty boring. They had some new graphics and fireworks, though.
Yeah, they had a little bit more fire and stuff. I think it was a new record of 28 minutes and 3 seconds.
Hell in the Cell? I don't know, guys. This was more like sinus infection in the cell.
What are you talking about?
Throughout the entire match, Undertaker had snot dripping profusely out of his nose, and even coughed it up and spit it out at times.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was jizz.
Real quick, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. What did you think?
I don't think we wanted to talk about this match at all because it's so stupid. It has no place in WrestleMania. All it is filler to get a whole bunch of guys from the roster in one match just to get him a WrestleMania appearance. But I think the reason that we need to talk about this is because Shaq was in it, and you all just did a review of Shaq Fu.
That is true, and that is purely coincidence that happened today, unless our people, that's the guy that left the comment, happened to know this, and he was hoping we would review it today.
Well, that would be pretty smart on his part. But what did you think of the Battle Royal with Baron Corbin winning it?
I was actually happy to see him. I don't know why anybody would want to get rid of NXT. You got talent like that coming up. It was pretty stupid with the Big Show and Shaq. That was just for appeal value at the beginning. Other than that, pretty run-of-the-mill Battle Royal, just like Teddy Long used to book every other week. I'm sick of them, but you know what? I'm glad Baron Corbin got the win.
Yeah, speaking of NXT, I guess the rumor going around is that Vince McMahon doesn't really like it that much. I don't know if that's true or not, but if he's thinking about getting rid of NXT, look at what it did for the Divas division and some of the great talent like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming up.
Main event, Triple H versus Roman Reigns. We have a new world champion.
Wake me up when it's over.
Yeah, I had to keep myself awake too. The match was, it was okay, but it was kind of mediocre. I did like how Stephanie did get speared. I did think that was funny.
I liked how we fast forwarded through parts of it, and every time you stopped it, they were laying down on the ground.
That is true. That is true. Every time that we did stop, they were just laying on the ground. It was either a rest hold or just got finished with a maneuver.
I would be embarrassed to compare this match to the Divas match, where there was nonstop action. They never took a rest break, and every time you turned around, all they were doing was just laying there catching their breath.
Yeah, and we called this. We knew this would be a shitty match, and it did live up to that hype.
What about the entrance with Stephanie's, I don't know what she was trying to do with Mad Max or something like that. It was really, up there with Triple H's worst entrances ever.
I would call it Mad Sax because that was the worst shit I've ever seen. You don't think that his entrances can get any worse, but they do. What was those little skull people that were everywhere?
I think one of them was CM Punk.
I think he upgraded from the the gangster car to the skull people.
He got a skull-crushing finale. Well, that's it for Raw Reactions WrestleMania edition. I think final thoughts, this pay-per-view was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think it was better. I expected worse. Triple H, obviously, their match with Roman Reigns, what I expected. But the other ones, I give it a good B+.
What do you think the match of the night was?
I'm going to go with actually the Divas match. I think that was probably the best performance tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think we were both really surprised that the Divas match would be the best match of the night. But let's end this shit because I'm sick of just thinking about Triple H and his god-awful performance. So let's end this with the traditional Hammer Brothers sign-off.
Hammer Brothers rock! Hammer Brothers rock! Hammer Brothers rock! Hammer Brothers rock! Hammer Brothers rock!